Adaptation is your key to surviving and thriving in the real estate business. What's up, everybody? I'm Dan Gorfinkel with eXp Realty, and I'm going to be bringing you my best stuff week in and week out. And this week, we're talking about adaptation in order to kind of survive the markets, the external forces. I'd like to kick it off with this because one thing I've always been able to do is keep my mindset on my micro business, the micro elements of my business versus the macro elements of what's going on in the world. We all know, like, currently interest rates are kind of way high, the highest they've been in the past 20 years, 7, maybe approaching 8% at some point. And also we've got external factors going on, world events that have been pretty negative out there. And at the same time, we all still need to eat. We still need to feed our families and continue on with our business regimen. So if you have to adapt, it's very normal. It's something that we've all had to do. We all have our different levels of success, what we need to make in order to feel comfortable. That magic number, whatever it is, you need to adapt and you need to kind of stay focused throughout any kind of market cycles, any negativity. And I think that's the key thing. Balance is everything. Going with the flow, knowing that there's pluses and minuses to any given calendar year. We all know as real estate agents, and consumers as well, that there's the spring market, there's the fall market, and then there's the kind of times in between, the shoulder seasons of the fall or the summertime. And I think if you're able to weather the storm when it's bad out there, then you're going to be successful for the long haul. You just have to have the right strategies in place. You have to be able to adapt to, if it's a multiple offer kind of season like the spring has been for the past many years, then you know that you have to work hard during that time frame. You know that you have to enlighten your people, and I think it's a lot about that, a lot about keeping your clients updated on what's going on in the market to set the right expectations, because we all know, irrespective of market conditions, people need to move. A lot of times life events happen where, who knows what it could be, marriage, it could be having a baby, death, divorce, what have you. There's all sorts of conditions that are going on in your clients' lives that are irrespective of what the market's doing out there. So adapting more on the micro level, I've always felt has been the most, given me the most sense of calm and the most confidence in the business, because if we all rely on, the sky is falling, then we're all not going to be doing very well. I mean, I think that's something that's critical to underscore to people, that you need to know that you're going to be all right in the end, as long as you focus on, your client base, yourself, your mindset. Then you're going to be able to adapt to any market condition whatsoever. It's going to be a harder grind, but the thing to keep in mind is, whenever the market's super strong, I've had clients come to me and say, wow, the market's just on fire. It must be so easy. You're just kind of raking it all in. And truth be told, it's not always the case, because we all know that when there's 10, 15, 20 offers on a property, just because things are all peachy in the market doesn't mean that you're going to be able to thrive, because you could be writing multiple offers with the same client and losing out. And then ultimately, the client can leave you through no fault of your own. I mean, I've had this happen, where you've written a couple of different offers, it doesn't stick, and then your client decides they don't want to go as high as they need to, and then for whatever reason they say, well, you know what, you've been great, but we haven't had anything stick and we need to move on. And it's like, well, geez, if you kind of adapted to the market, then we would have had an offer accepted. So again, not to get too into the nitty gritty, but I think that if you can educate your people about market conditions, if you yourself can adapt to the ebbs and flows of the market, you'll be doing all right, no matter what. And play this game at a high level, it takes a lot. It takes so much dedication. It takes the right mindset. It takes all that stuff. So, adapting to market changes are such that, you just have to deal with it. You have to accept it, and you have to push forward. And one thing that I've done that has been kind of a bit of a safety net for me is, you want to try to grind as hard as you can for the first 6 months out of any given year. And when it's the summertime, you want to lend credence to the summer, because people do that. A lot of times the buyers and sellers, by the time they've hit June or even early July, they're ready to kind of take a vacation. So if you can mirror what your clients are doing, in the sense that, plan your vacations accordingly, plan to have a little bit of downtime, and plan that you're not necessarily going to be making as many sales in July and August as you did in March or April or May for that matter. So if you can do that, if you can kind of ride the highs and lows during any given calendar year, irrespective of external market forces, you're going to be doing just fine. And that's something I've been able to master I've been in this business, almost 2 decades. And there was a really terrible time back in 2008 where the stock market had crashed, the housing market crashed, there were subprime loans. There was all sorts of bad stuff going on. And I feel like once bitten, twice shy is how the market has been behaving, because we all, even though that was a long time ago, we're all still thinking about that to a degree, that we don't want to have that happen again. And we want to be cautious and protective of how we do business and how we handle things. And so, there's another thing that's going on right now, which is the having to adapt to potentially losing buyer agency. And I don't necessarily feel that's going to happen overnight, but there's a cautionary tale with some commission lawsuits. Again, stuff I won't get into on this video, but things that we can definitely talk about offline and kind of go deeper on it. But having the right mindset will help you really rise above any kind of situation that's out there. I'm a firm believer in that. I have the track record to prove it. Gosh, I've had so many sales over the years, and I mean that only from the standpoint that I've had the right mindset. I don't have any skills that are better than anyone else's in terms of knowledge base or interpersonal skills or anything. I firmly believe any of us out there in this real estate game can do it. You just have to have the steadfast approach that I've had. You have to have a strong mindset, and you have to really just know, you have to have a feel for it. You have to have the right sense of things, and you really need to know that underlying everything, your confidence matters, and your ability to kind of dodge and bob and weave, as they say in boxing, with certain aspects of this business, and you're going to be doing just fine. So I'm here to help out. Love to help coach, mentor any of you. If you like this channel, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, watch it weekly. I'm going to be producing more and more stuff, more and more great content. All my best stuff is out there. Once again, Dan Gorfinkel with eXp Realty. And I really know that other agents want what I have, and I'm happy to communicate with whoever it is out there. Here to help and help everybody weather the storm and deal with the adjustments that we all have to make, especially in this time of year and in this current market. Thanks again for watching.